I will deliver your condolences to Finnish people. They do appreciate that. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before meeting, I had some spare time, so I visited a couple of museums here. Museum of American History, Museum of African History, and Museum of American Indian History. And in addition to that, I had a possibility of attending ceremony in Arlington. Mr. President, you have here a great democracy. Keep it going on. We had a very good discussion with the President. Like you mentioned, our diplomatic relations are 100 years old. During that time, we have developed our cooperation a lot, not only in official meetings like this, but American and Finnish people, scientists, for example, meet each other, cooperating, working together. We have quite a lot of cooperation in security sector, also in defense. Because I think that we share the feeling that the most important thing for the nation is to guarantee security to its citizens. And that is the starting point for Finland also to this cooperation. I wanted to take up with the President the importance of transatlantic cooperation. Well, we all know Europe needs USA. But I say that USA needs also Europe. We know the price of everything. We should recognize also the value of everything. We share the same values, democracy, human rights, rule-based order, and in that we are very similar. Europe has, in a way, awakened during the couple last years to understand also more about security point of view. And I just want to tell you that, in my opinion, the stronger Europe we have, the stronger partner you have. The Arctic area, you know, Finland is in very north, is becoming more and more interesting, like the President said. We both, alongside with 6 countries, form the Arctic Council. And we are working heavily. There are surely possibilities, like we have heard, the maritime routes are being opened. Maybe there are also resources, but there are huge risks. One of them is that we should keep the low tension we are used to have there. And that is what we have been discussing, and I do appreciate President's position to emphasize that it is not a place for military. But even greater challenge is the environment. And I'm very glad that we started to talk 2 years ago in this very house about black coal. It is not maybe the worst which causes climate problems, but it is everybody can understand that if black comes down to ice and snow, when the sun meets it, it melts down. And melting of sea ice in Arctic is very crucial. I used to say that if we lose the Arctic, we lose the globe. We add a couple of words, very important ones, on arms control. Some of us remember the worst years of Cold War in 1960s. There was no agreement at all, just Cold War. We can't let the situation return, no agreement at all about arms control. And that is why it is important to try to negotiate new agreements and to continue the New START agreement. That would be a good new start for international cooperation on that. To end up with, you, Mr. President, referred to 5G issues, ICT as a whole. We are very proud to have the excellence of Center of Excellence of Hybrid in Helsinki. USA has been very helpful in that. Very many countries are working there together to fight against the future danger of hybrid warfare. What comes to providers in that area, I am not very willing to point out any country or company. We are now maybe a bit late from USA in EU making a risk assessment. It will be prepared in 1-2 weeks' time, and after that we are in a place that we have to choose the tools to protect us. Mr. President, I want to thank you very much for having a possibility of meeting you here. It is very valuable, and I found our discussions very open, very interesting, and giving a lot to my little country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.